So how is it going with my project of increasing my portfolio with 10% in a month? Not so good, but of course all of a sudden we had this sort of like affair between Israel and Iran, and yeah, if we go to the right here, you'll be able to see where I have the cursor, that this was when I started the project, and it was going quite well, and then we had the little thing with Israel and Iran, and it's, well, we're sort of recovering from that. But at the bottom here, I reorganized. I actually, some of my stocks obviously went down, a lot of stocks went down, and I bought some. I shuffled the deck a bit. I kept some and shuffled the deck a bit because I used the time locating some stocks which were basically showing a lot of potential, but also have taken a lot of hit from the situation with Israel and Iran, and so I sort of regrouped. So you see my portfolio here on the left. So I still have 100, they're sort of like arranged in terms of what is most valuable at the top. There's still Novo at top, and I think Novo, as soon as we get to the 2nd May, where they have earnings report, I think it will go to 140. So there will be a big bump up there, I'm quite sure of that. BitDeer, I increased my number of shares to 1,000 shares, so I have a lot of in that. Li Auto is a bit down, to say the least, and it's partly because that the whole EV business is tightening up, and it's like the whole business is under pressure. But Li is one of the only EV companies in China, and which is like in profit, and I have I'm very bullish about that they will continue to be very good at what they're doing. So I see them emerging in years to come as a really big player on the international market. So I really want to keep with those guys. Regal Pharmaceutic is a company which is basically a penny stock at the moment, and it has a very interesting thing that it's the last quarter was profitable. So I'm just, and I think the company is quite sound in terms of what they're dealing with, and I believe that they could be very interesting. I think they could easily, if the next quarterly shows also to be positive, I think they could easily go to almost double the share price, because then it is a pharmaceutical company which has a lot of things going for it, which is profitable. So I believe that could happen. So I think that's a good bet. Love had actually a good earnings report in my point of view, but it fell, and therefore the stock is a bit down. Google, I think, will go to 200 within this year, so I think this is a very cool company. The next company is a company I will talk some more about another time, but it's a company which basically is profitable, and it looks like it's really doing well. So it's placed geographically a little bit off the main. You might say the traditional finance main area, so therefore people are a bit sort of like skeptical, but they're doing extremely well. Gossamer is just, as you see, is down with 30%, and what's all that about? I bought stocks around $1 a piece, and I have 1,000 stocks in that. And basically, they are a company which has a huge potential, but it's all depending on one product which is in stage 3 trial, and it looks good, but we obviously we don't know before it comes out. But they have gathered a lot of important people very lately in the board of directors, and it looks like they're really shaping up to promote this product as soon as it gets through stage 3, at which point it could easily 10 double. So it will go up and down because people are sort of like expecting it to sort of like increase within weeks or a month or so, but it will first happen when they're finished with their stage 3 trial of the product and they start actually to launch it. Now, Grab Holdings is a very interesting company. They have just in the last quarter also turned profitable, and I think they're gonna go far. I think there's also penny stock, but I think I bought 200 shares in it, and I think they could easily get to be something which could really grow 10 times, maybe even this year or so. I don't know. It's interesting. Then I have the Novo B stock, which is basically the Danish version of it, and that's also going up, even though it's a small portion. And then I bought when we are down at the bottom, because I wanted to sort of like measure up against that. Then I bought one Berkshire Hathaway stock, just a single one, and then I also bought. I have iRobot, which is basically, robots are a huge part of the future, and they have a very diverse experience on robot. It's not only they have done the Roomba, but they have the automatic vacuum cleaner, but they have other products and have a lot of experience also within military and so on, and it's quite interesting. I think they could all of a sudden have a huge potential. I don't have many stocks. I have 45 stocks in those. Then I have bought a lottery ticket, that's TWOU. If you look at the last 4 quarters, they're going sort of like up, but they don't really, their running expenses is way up, and they have a lot of people working, and I just hope that one day the CEO will wake up to the fact that he could replace 75% of his workforce with AI, and then this online educational company could really be interesting. But they might also just drop out the bottom. But I only have 100 shares, and it's not even a penny stock. It's like they might be on their way out, but they might get the bright idea that they could they should turn this around. There's the interesting thing about the ownership of TWOU is that it's mostly institutions within the university community and so on. So they might want to keep this company alive. And they might think, okay, AI is inevitable. Okay, so obviously it would be to engage heavily in AI and just replace a lot of the people. I mean, lay off 75% or something like that. I would do that, but I'm not running the company. And one of the reasons why I wasn't on for a few days here is that I am also running 2 companies. I'll talk about that one day. And but for the moment, this is just the eToro gain here. So I haven't given up on my 10%, but you see that if I counted, I'm right now needs quite a bump up, and I believe that I could get that. There's two things. We had the Bitcoin halving, which meant that Bitcoins are now more. You have to be very efficient to gain from producing Bitcoin, and BitDeer is really geared for that. So I believe that they could easily go to the double within short time. So that could be one. Novo, I believe there is. As I have the biggest part of my equity locked on to Novo, and I think they're going to bump up a bit. So I think there will be a good heavy up on that one. So I'm still. I started here. I'm over the right here now, and I started here, and I still want to go up here, but I only have 10 days left. So, but I'm still aiming to go here. Okay, so let's see if I can make it. It's good with steep targets. So let's see what happens. Right. Anyway. Thanks for following my little journey here, and I hope that it will somehow succeed. All right, take care.